All right, Shalom, giving all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachakwadash. Double honors to the men of great millstone who teach and rule well, taught me this truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect out there pushing this truth in the four corners of the earth. So we're going to get into just things that I noticed. You know, everybody, there's so much shit, so much stuff going on in Babylon, which is America today, that it's hard to keep up. So, but we got Eve here, and she's just trying to she's fully committed to being above a man, and we know the Lord said that a woman has her place. Let's see, what's that? In 1 Timothy 2:12, but I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man. Let me see if we can't get that. But to be in silence. So, there's a proper order of things in the world, of structure in the world that the Lord set up, so that we can keep things in balance and keep things in a righteous balance. You know, the Lord is a just balance. So here you go.
Prime Minister Sylvester Jacobs and New Zealand's Jacinda Ardern have been voices of reason who have taken decisive action during this pandemic. Take a look.
Simply stop moving. If you do not have the type of bread you like in your house, eat crackers. If you do not have bread, eat cereal. Eat oats, sardines.
I'm speaking directly to all New Zealanders today to give you as much certainty.
And you can see that woman was definitely, she appeared to be a Jake. You know, she had that neck swagger thing going on, and telltale sign of the nigger woman, man. And they, they're just not built for this, man. They think they are. Eve transgressed in the garden, and she ate of that fruit, and she just totally tricked into thinking that she can she can put herself above a man. You know, when this serpent, which is the wicked, the so-called white man, the Edomite, fed her a bag of lies, that fruit, and she swallowed it. Okay, let's go on to the next. We got Salaki. This was California issuing a stay-at-home order not too long ago. It takes effect Saturday, which is today at 10 p.m. Through December 21st. So they got these curfews going on, man. And that goes into that second Esdras. Speaking of a man shall not be able to go, chapter 15, I think it's 15, shall not be able to go into another city. And that's that, it's just this martial law cracking down. That Operation Warp Speed that Trump speaks about. They're moving. They're moving on this thing. All right. Oh yeah, this guy here. Um, uh, this guy Kyle Rittenhouse, uh, charged with shooting two people. I think he shot a couple of people in the head. Let me see. Fatal shooting of two people in August during the protests in Kenosha. You see, this guy just posted bail, $2 million, and you know he didn't he doesn't have no damn $2 million. You know, he got some Edomite or probably opened up a GoFundMe, and now he's out on bail. Yay, my son. You know, and that goes into the unrighteous decrees. Let's get that real quick. That this place, Babylon the Great, which is America, sets forth against the people, the Israelites, which are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. So here we go. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed. They prescribe these unrighteous decrees, man. This unrighteous legislation, laws that they have on the books. You know, and you know, I mean, if this was a, you know, everybody knows if this was a so-called black man who did something like that, man, we wouldn't even be speaking about him right now. He'd be a goner. So anyway, on to the next. Oh, we got this
fallout from the pandemic. The South Korean leader will also share the country's experience in fighting the pandemic and introduce its contributions to the international community, such as providing humanitarian assistance and.
So this is just talking about. I brought this up because this is where everything's going, man. This transhumanism, this whole new world order of things. You know, you see these screened, multi-screen meetings that you have on television and all over the place. This is what they're pushing, man. They're trying to get to this contactless world, this digital world where nobody's touching anybody. Everybody's 6 feet apart. And it's just, you know, they had this APEC meeting where all the leaders are sitting off in their own little thing, and I guess they got a big blue screen, and you know, whatever, man. That's what they're doing, man. This also goes into some of what they're trying to get going. Japanese, they unveil a robot priest, man. Check that out. You see that crazy madness, man? And you know, we already know this is the heathen, so they're already mad any damn way, and the Lord's not dealing with them pursuant to what's that? They are a drop of. Let me get that real quick. Yeah, Isaiah 40 and 15. This is Isaiah 40 and 15. Behold, the nations, and those nations are all the nations other than the nation of Israel, which consists of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. The nations are as a drop of a bucket and are counted as the small dust of the balance. Behold, he taketh up the isles as a very little thing. See, the Lord considered them as a very little thing. So they crazy stuff. Anyway, yeah, and that's another thing about that Bluetooth tracker that you can get now. Look something like that. For the sake of time, we're just gonna keep it moving. We got the COVID. That stuff spreading all over the place.
About 25% of them work here at the Tyson Foods meatpacking plant. And a number of them are coming down with coronavirus.
Headache, fever, and fatigue. As we started getting out of the worst of it, we started to develop a loss of sense of smell and taste.
This woman and her husband both work at Tyson, and both got COVID-19. She is not revealing her identity for fear of retaliation. Her son translates for her.
And so you see, that's a foreign worker in America, in Nebraska, working at, what about, anyways, who gives a shit about, of the 25 rural counties. So it's speaking of how this thing is affecting rural people, and a lot of folks, they think that this whole COVID-19 is a fluke, and through the spirit, I don't think so, man. This is, like brothers say, this is a pandemic, and it's not just a figment of the imagination. These people are trying to kill people, man. This is the Most High setting up those plagues mentioned in Second Esdras. We'll get that through the left-hand side, and this is Second Esdras 15 and 49. I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence, to waste thy houses with destruction and death. And who's that talking about? It's talking about Babylon and the world, really. But I will bring them, this is Second Esdras 15 and 11, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt, that's the Egypt of today, spiritual Egypt, Babylon, with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. How's that going to be? How's that going to happen? It's going to be destroyed through ICBM missiles and the chariots, the laser beams of the chariots. Let's keep moving. Also, that new surge is on the way. People got that Thankskilling, which, that's a big no-no. We don't celebrate Thankskilling. It's all about the destruction of the so-called Indians or the Native Americans. How Esau came over here with the sword and just slaughtered them, and told them lies and had them sign all kinds of agreements, peace, and then stab you in the back, type of thing. So anyway, there's a lot of things going on in the world today, and Lord is bringing a lot of that destruction. It's just starting to ramp up through that left-hand side. You got the Trump administration talking about that whole vaccine on the way. People are saying hell to the no on that. So that's going to bring up a whole lot of commotion. And, I'm looking at November 30th, man, through the spirit. I've heard this. I just have a feeling that after Thanksgiving or Thankskilling, it's going to be on, man. So, be circumspect, brothers, and be safe. Lord willing, we get out of here soon. Shalom.